let's start.
I want to go back to the franchises because I think you need to have that paint by numbers option.
Yeah, I have a
So
guy.
that
I have a.
people can
The
choose
real
their
question.
franchise.
I mean, like, it's not against. I'm not against anything. I want to basically do what's in the best
Gives
interest.
you the most flexibility to take on anybody.
No, no, but that's because right now we don't have. But why do I bring that up? Is because see, right now we've built the perfect franchise system for us,
Yeah.
and if we and it can work for companies that function like us or that have a more of a digital distribution as opposed to physical.
Yeah.
So if we want to now enhance it for a physical business, we would have to really sit and consider not should we do it, because it should always just kind of be yes, oh yeah, we should do it, or not could we do it, because could also be always yes, it's just a matter of dedication and resources. The question is, at what point should we do it? So what I mean by that is, if we build a business model for a garage which is based around bringing companies on that want to manage local franchisees, right? That are and then and like if that expands to being like a lucrative business for us, which I haven't figured out how to charge for yet, but if we expand to figure how that out, then of course we can invest into, and especially if somebody comes along and says, I have a business that requires this and I have volume and I'm ready to pay or I'm ready to run transactions or whatever the case may be, then we can look into the expansion.
Well, wouldn't you go one step further if you sell the franchise to say one city, guy Mississauga, for an example, the guy buys the franchise from Mississauga, then he uses the software. He's got to give up 2% of his sales or whatever to pay for the software that keeps the franchise going and so on.
I'm thinking 2% might be too much.
If you sell a franchise or something, you're talking 8 to 10% of their revenue
Which is,
is the
yeah, yeah. So
franchise.
what I'm trying to not interfere with is the royalty that these two are exchanging with each other, the franchisor
Yeah.
and the franchisee. Leave that to them. But what I'm
Oh,
interested in,
would-
no, I would probably just charge the per franchisee something fixed per
flat
month,
rate,
50 bucks
but
per
your
month.
software is working where it pays it pays the accountant and all that. It's
Yeah,
included, right?
that's
So
correct.
the guy who buys the franchise pays his 2% fee, but he doesn't have to worry about paying his employees.
All of that's there, but that no, no. What you're trying to understand, what I'm trying to say is, we don't. It'll probably end up just being something like $50 a month for every franchisee to pay, as opposed to a percentage, because we don't want to.
Yeah, that's
And then, so then we would have to say, in order for us to build a feature that's different than what we want, if somebody comes to us, I'm obviously exaggerating, but if a McDonald's comes to us and says, "Hey, we're gonna run 1,000 franchises through your system, and yeah, all of them will pay. They're paying $1 million to get started with us, so they'll easily pay your $50 a month." Then it
no
makes so then it'll make sense for us to basically build everything that they want into that. So
right.
I'd rather do that than to take a percentage or get involved with whatever their agreements are. But and again, we
Well,
would
it's a lot less work. It's just a flat rate.
yeah, and
Do
we
you
would
know that? Do you know the company called Cash Converters? Never heard of it?
oh,
They're from Australia and they went huge. They grew like overnight. Seriously.
yeah. What do they sell? They're like a 7-Eleven.
No, they're used stuff,
Oh,
and people bring in. They get 25% cash, and you leave the stuff, and then they sell it for half price. It's
that's a,
called Cash Converters.
that's a good idea.
It's a used store. It's called Cash Converters. Look it up. It's a big name.
You're right. That's crazy. Okay, I'll check that out. That's a great idea.
But the thing about there is, which was I thought was a bit strange, because normally, but it's not really because the products are there's no major supplier. It's all the different customers of the suppliers, right? So there's no major supply. It's not like I'm getting pens. I
Yeah,
get
yeah. There's no
there's
no,
not like
there's no suppliers. Period.
so what they did is they charged a franchise fee of four, but it took about I can't remember 6 months to go there. It starts at 100, but it goes to $400 a week from then on.
It's still very affordable, right? In some sense.
$400 a week franchise fee, and it's all that doesn't matter how many you sold.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is the more successful, pardon me, the more successful the franchise, you'd rather pay $400 a week than a percentage. Like
Always.
if it's a Burger King or something, you'd much rather pay $400 a week than whatever they're actually
Yeah,
paying.
that's right. Yeah.
So it actually $400 a week only sounds bad is if the franchise is not performing well, right? Because
Yeah.
that, yeah. So let me yesterday I had mentioned I'm gonna show you guys drops as well as uh the new Earn GPT. Yesterday we covered franchising part one. There'll be a follow-up in the next week, which we cover franchising part two, which is where I show the I mentioned yesterday, the whole database is built, the admin panel is built, the assigning to people is built. The second part of this would be to show all the live businesses in your territory or sub-territory, as well as the revenue and transactional volume that they're doing in live time, which will be available in the upcoming week. So I'll do that. But today I wanted to go through drops and
Okay. I like jobs. I have a request.
okay, go ahead.
We got an interesting crowd here. We've got Les, we got Helen, we got Edwin, and we got Will, and me and you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And the note taker, which I think we can avoid for his vote. But I'd like to take a vote. I want to ask them and take a vote. There's a crowd that I think you can respect. And, and my question is because it's something that me and you are kind of debating on. Now you're willing to go ahead and so on, but I think you're taking the wrong approach
Did you?
feeling.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So my question, I can do it after you want, or it's just a quick question. Really.
We'll do it after at the end.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, 598.
Yeah, 598. So now here is for those of you that missed some of the previous calls this week, we have this is really big. I mean, like me, Lance, and the other people that have used this are like I can speak for myself, I can't speak for them. This is colossal stuff of what I'm about to show, but it's very subtle. But
Right?
you should appreciate its subtlety and what it will do for other companies. Okay, so here we go. So there's this, I've organized a bunch of pages into this thing called content rewards. So now, what is a content reward? Well, originally, a content reward was just a long form video that allowed a business owner to upload long form videos to their platform, to their office, that their community can watch. Okay, so
How
here
long are those videos?
it doesn't no what I'm saying is it's like a YouTube for this business owner. Like he
We're
can
talking 2 to 5 minutes or 20
it's
minutes or
it can be a million minutes. It's up to the whatever the business owner wants to convey to his audience.
okay.
What now we gave this ability for every business owner to have his own repository of videos that are related to his business. So if you're a fitness channel, you can upload all of your fitness videos here. If you're a sales business, you can if you're a church, you can upload all of your whatever you're up to, okay? This is for long form content, okay? Now, what when you upload a piece of content, a long form video here, you are as the founder, you're basically saying to your audience, hey, you should probably watch this. This will be useful for you in some way, shape, or form. Could be training, could be sales, could be blah, blah, blah. Now, the commonality with all the content rewards is that we as Garage are taking things that a business owner would do anyway, which is share content, and we're turning them into affiliate marketing funnels for each piece of content that he's sharing. So let me repeat that with a practical example. All of
Yeah.
you guys have shared already my 39-minute video on YouTube. You've shared that with your friends or whoever. And in another business, you will have shared their video about what could be. It doesn't, the length is irrelevant. It's just you've shared it because the business, that's the easiest way to communicate what the business is about. So if you think about every business from Nike to Garage, they're all publishing various forms of content. We'll start with one, which is long form videos. I'm going to go through the rest. And the problem, the biggest problem, and it's actually an enormous problem, but nobody thinks about it because there's no real solution until now, is, well, when you shared that YouTube video, Alan, and you sent that to your friend, John Smith, John watched it and said, I love this. How do I sign up? Because it's YouTube, which is the best way to share videos, no doubt about it, but because it's YouTube, there's no way for your affiliate system to be built into that one page YouTube
Well,
video.
what I do in this video can not say where to go.
Watch. In YouTube, you cannot dynamically change where you're going based on the person who sent it to you. You get my point?
Okay.
When in YouTube, whoever created the video may put a link, that will be his link. He doesn't know that Edwin is sharing it. Nobody knows that Edwin is sharing it, right? So
Okay.
the person that receives the video will never be able to actually buy. He'll only be able to get back to Edwin and say, hey, cool video. And then Edwin would have to take it from there. You get my point, right? So now
Yeah.
what we built with content rewards is we've taken every vertical of content and we've created, as soon as the business owner uploads it to Garage. So see here, I've uploaded 5 videos here to Garage, okay? You can upload a million.
Okay.
My first one is the most concise, your favorite video, Sharpan's most concise webinar, which is literally from YouTube, okay? And as soon as I uploaded it from here, all of the people in the office can see it and watch it. Like if you just click on it, you can watch it right here. Okay, it's being pulled from YouTube. It's not even like you can upload a YouTube video, you can upload a video from your computer. That's not an issue. But that's not the use case. The use case is not for them to watch it. The use case is for them to share it. Okay? Just like they would share the YouTube file. But now instead of sharing the YouTube file, they can come,
Right.
any affiliate can come here. Do you see this little share icon with in front of every video? They can click share, shared, link copied, and they can send this to their friend. Now, as soon as they send this to their friend, a funnel is created. See, this funnel was created right now for this particular video, for every video. And what does this funnel say? It gives the detail of the video, which they can watch. It shows all the details about the video, which was uploaded by the founder. It gives you a call to action. Get started for free. To the business owner, to the company that you're trying to promote. And the most important thing it does is it tags your affiliate link. Do you see that? Referrer
It
code.
does say that. Of course it does that.
So Sharpan has invited you, okay?
Right.
So what we've created with this system is we've created a way for a business owner, any business, to publish all of their videos. And it could be from YouTube, it could be manually, it doesn't matter. Publish them here, gives their affiliates and their customers a central place to see, hey, this is the official content from this company.
And if any distributor or affiliate shares it, they get the recognition that
They
it's their
get YouTube doesn't have any call to action to sign people up to the company that you're promoting. This comes in with the registration opportunity. So now, if Edwin sends this to his friend, of course, first it will say the person will be under Edwin, that's for sure, because if they sign up, right, it'll say Edwin invited you. And if they're interested in whatever the video just said, they can just sign up to the company right here.
So let me get this straight. I go to YouTube to see it, and in order to watch it in YouTube, I got to register my name and phone number, or my name and email.
No. Let's define who you are. You're an affiliate. Okay, let's use BAT246, okay? You're the founder of BAT246. Let's say Edwin is an affiliate for BAT246, and let's say Sharpan is Edwin's prospect, okay? So Alan will now upload any of your, let's say your 5 videos or your 100 videos about, companies are always creating videos, right? They're creating content. So they'll upload all of that to their content rewards. Then Edwin will come and choose the video that he thinks Sharpan will like. He'll copy the affiliate link for that video, right? And he will send it to Sharpan. Sharpan will get a funnel that looks like this, or on their phone, it'll look like this, and it'll say, watch the video. So if Sharpan's interested, he can sign up for BAT246 directly here under it. So it converted the content into a funnel. The business owner didn't do this. The business owner just uploaded the content to his back office. We've now automatically converting every piece of content into a shareable funnel where the affiliates can get paid to promote each of these pieces of content. And then, of course, when somebody
what
wants,
you're saying, is a funnel is basically it separates the person who invited you. But by me by me passing on that video, passing on to a few friends, it's now that I'm the inviter.
You're the
That gets registered as I'm the inviter.
exactly. And if it's not just a video, it's a video with the call to action to register, which
So
YouTube.
a good example would be if I have an upline
Yeah.
and it's really good, and he makes out a video, I can send it out, and now I send it to my upline.
Absolutely.
Me and my downline, these people come to me,
Yeah.
and they know my upline is that guy because they got
That's
to see
true.
the
They don't
video.
even need to know your upline is that guy. They're just going to sign up under you, even if they were inspired by his video, because it's your affiliate link that sent out the video. They're going to sign up under you.
So it's possible that the guy who made the video is not my upline.
Well, most likely he's not your upline, is what I'm trying to say. He's just uploading content, which all business owners do anyway, or uplines do anyway.
If I'm in Amway,
Yeah.
and one of the top guys makes this video or tape, and I share it,
Yeah.
and I'm not in his downline, I'm just in another area of Amway.
There's no system on planet Earth that gives you the video to affiliate tracking ID. In Amway, some upline will make a video. You would share it, maybe vis-a-vis YouTube, right? Or manually text it to your friend. There's no ability for your friend to see that video and inside that video sign up. They'll just get back to you and say, cool video. How do I get started? And then you would have to send them a registration link.
Okay.
You get my point? This takes the video, puts it into a funnel, adds the registration concept, it's not a registration link, it's the registration inside of the video page, and then considers it who clicked share on that video, not who made the video.
So the guy who's clicked share is the guy.
Oh my God. Now every business can spend time with the content, the ads. They can post it here. They can post on YouTube and then post it here. It's fine. We can pull it from YouTube. And then as soon as it's in their content rewards, the affiliates can share that video with anybody. Think about it. The affiliates can now put it on their own social media because they know if somebody goes here, it's going to be my affiliate link that they register with. Mine meaning the guy that shared it. This is so revolutionary and so subtle. That's why I said the brilliance is actually in the subtlety of the system. It turns every video created by any business or participant in the business
into a lock-in referral recruiting thing,
to a funnel that they didn't even have to design. It just automatically converts it to a funnel and then tracks who, and it gives every person in that business the ability to use that video to prospect whoever they want. Insane. I mean, that's why from now on, you shouldn't be sharing YouTube videos. If you have a YouTube, think about how funny this is. Let's say you find a YouTube video that you think is great for garage that I don't even know about, has nothing to do with me, but you just think it's great for garage. Maybe some motivational video. You could just send that to me. I can upload it into content rewards, and now you can copy that link with your funnel. It doesn't even have to be my content or the business owner's content. It could be motivational content. It could be like self-help content. You could literally copy all the Jim Rohn videos as a business owner and put it into your content rewards, and your affiliates can copy those links and they'll run back to your business.
Okay, let me see if I can explain this using BAT 246. Okay, so I got 246. You're a distributor. I make a training video for BAT 240, which gives 246% commission, whatever. Hang on. It pays out. You send it to somebody. The guy watched it. I made the video.
Yeah.
But he watched it because you sent it. So he joins. He has to join in your downline of the thousands of people in the business. He joins directly to you.
Yeah.
Right? It tracks them so that no matter what, the guy gets in garage in any way, shape, or form. He's with yours.
Yeah.
It becomes yours, right?
That's exactly correct. And now think about a more subtle, again, always think about the more subtle examples. You make a video in BAT 246 about the fact that you're opening up in New Zealand. You upload that to your content rewards. That's not attractive to all 1,000 of your affiliates, but it's attractive to 30 of them. The 30 that care copies that video and sends it to their friends. And they now turns it into a funnel. It's straight from YouTube, or if it doesn't, the funnel is what's important. We're converting every piece of content into a funnel. You get my point? And then you're correct. I send that to my friend. and my friend watches the video directly from his phone, and then it says get started now for free with bat246, or get started now for free with Nike, or get started free for Airbnb, whatever the company is, or garage. They click it, that's under my downline, they get to register then and there. Crazy. Absolutely crazy when you
I like
consider
it.
it's so subtle. Now think about a company like, you named it, Amway. Even Amway doesn't have this. So I actually believe that Amway may come to Garage and say, yo, we're not going to use Garage for all the other stuff that you want because we're Amway and we're the greatest of all time. But we want to use it for content rewards because we want to be able to publish our content and allow all of our affiliates to benefit from promoting it. Right?
Share it.
Crazy. Now we started with long form videos. Okay. And we're not in competition with YouTube. We actually allow you to import from YouTube. All of my videos are from YouTube. So if you click this, this is a YouTube rendered video. It's coming from YouTube. So when somebody watches this in Garage, it still benefits your YouTube views.
Right.
Crazy. Okay.
And YouTube's holding the video up, so it's no
YouTube is
problem.
holding what we've done is we've funnelized it and we've made it into a shareable activity and with the registration for that business in mind. Now, how far can we take this is the question. So, of course, me being me, I'm going to take it to the absolute extreme. The next thing you can do is create playlists. Okay. So the business owner added like 100 videos to his content rewards. But
Okay.
Edwin is only interested in, his prospects could be interested in like 4 of them. So what Edwin can do is go to join whatever office, click playlist, and create his own playlists from all of this business's content rewards videos. And then a playlist would be formed and he can share the playlist, which then turns the playlist into a affiliate marketing funnel. Here, I added 2 videos from my playlist. I added 2 videos from my content rewards to this playlist I made. And both videos, introduction to Garage and great affiliate offer. Now my prospect can watch both of them, or 5 of them, or 3 of them, or 6 of them with the registration built in and the affiliate linked. So now, if your company that you're promoting is having hundreds of videos and you want to create a playlist for X type of demographic, you as the affiliate can create playlists and share the playlist with your affiliate ID. So now we've turned videos into an affiliate link. We've turned playlists into an affiliate link.
The playlist could be
Pardon me?
that's your funnel. The guy
Yeah.
watches them in order.
Yeah,
Now,
that's all additional stuff. What I'm saying is, imagine converting every YouTube playlist, because what YouTube is, a playlist has a system where you just create playlists of videos that you like, and turning that into an affiliate funnel, which is what we did. Okay. Now that's the second type of content reward. First is videos, long form. The second is playlists. Okay. What's the third one we built last week? Articles. So
okay.
now a business owner has his own article management system. Do you see articles as the first one under content rewards? So
Okay.
now the business owner can publish long form articles like press releases about his business. So Ritu has already published so many for us. Okay. So when you create an article, now it gets published to your article dashboard for your business. And if an affiliate wants to read it, he can click it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful UI. He can see everything. Okay. And guess what? If he clicks share, he can share the article with his.
And he gets recruit from it.
Are you kidding me? With the registration? With the registration and the affiliate ID? By the way, guys, if you notice what Ritu is saying in the group chat every time he posts, right? So look, so every time he posts all the articles, right? So he posted this article, right? Which is Sharpan Garage launches peer-to-peer payments. That's just one article that he wrote, which is here. Okay. But look at what he says. He's like, please note that this is Sharpan's identifier. Do not share Sharpan's, because then person will sign up under Sharpan. You get my point? But we're showing the article, but we're saying, hey, go and log in and just.
This is the way it used to be, and now you fixed it.
Oh my God.
That's huge.
No, first of all, just even without the affiliate ID, giving every business their own PR, press release management system, article management system is massive, right? And it also appears in their feed. You can see this is a regular post, but if you scroll down long enough, this is an article post, right? And then it also organizes it instead of its own article page. And now every news So every morning, Bat 246 wakes up and says, "This is news for today." They type something, right? They say, "Today, Bat 246, so and so made $10,000. How great is that?" And they type a tiny little article, publish it to their news desk, and every affiliate can use that to recruit people. Or Bat 246 adds mobile app, news. It could be video, that can gets converted. It could be written. I do both. I do video and written for every piece
Okay,
of
I
news.
just want to clarify something because the guy comes in as a distributor for a garage, but he's not. He comes in because he watched something. He's connected now, right? So he's not paid, or he doesn't even realize he's even an affiliate. But he loves the video. He's like, oh my god, I got to share that with my buddy. He's got to see this,
Yeah.
and he passes it on. Now I'm not registered that I know of. I am registered in the sense that I did
You clicked get started and you
signed
signed up. Yeah.
right? So, but I haven't really started. But I now give it out. So when I give it out, the guy I'm giving it to, I need to keep him. Like he doesn't know this yet, but I need to keep him as my downline.
You're the new guy?
I'm the new guy.
Yeah, you
I
should be
don't know
taught.
him.
You're completely correct. You need to be taught to log in and get your own link for every article you want to share so that it's
Right.
hyphenated to your ID. But let me just come back and explain how crazy this is. Alan, and not just Alan, but I'll use Alan because he's on the call. Mad people send me articles every day about random shit. About, but Trump does this, or the stock market is doing this, or OpenAI is doing this, or blah, blah, blah. People send me articles every day just so because they think I would find them interesting. Imagine you can now get paid from every time you share the article. That's what we're talking about. I can now go get Wall Street Journal, unlikely, but I can get the next Wall Street Journal, like an upstart Wall Street Journal, and tell them, hey,
So in essence, you're the promoter of the news.
you're using news as a sales funnel to get them to sign up for the company that's producing that news. Exactly. So it's massive. Okay. Now, because what's the easiest way to recruit people? Share an article, share a video, right? That's the easiest way to recruit people. And people do that. People do that already, but they just don't have the funnel system because it's impossible for a business owner to convert every YouTube video into a funnel or convert every article. If he's publishing articles on Medium, which is what usually people are publishing their articles on, there's no affiliate system there. They're just publishing there because they need a distribution system. We're giving them both. Now, so we've covered videos, we've covered articles, we've covered playlists, 3 content rewards for any business owner and every affiliate. What's next? You're going to love this one. What's the best way to convince somebody that your product or service is good as a business owner? Proof, testimonials, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we've added content rewards for testimonial pages. Okay. So the business owner can come and create a testimonial for his product or service. So he clicks add testimonial. So let's say we're doing it for BAT 246. I'll literally guide you and do it right now, just as an example. Okay. So I say, let's use Nate. Okay. So Nate Jackson is the client and the industry is whatever, MLM and website. Picture of because I don't have a picture of Nate. Okay. And now BAT 246 is going to fill out what Nate accomplished with their system. Or if you're a weight loss specialist, you're going to put so and so lost 100 pounds. Or you're going to say, Alan got cured of his foot issue using my product. Whatever the claim is, you can make a testimonial funnel for your business. So now I'm just going to do one for Nate, okay? So it's saying Nate Jackson earns 10K per week within 30 days. It's like a testimonial. Obviously, you'd fill this out more proficiently. I'm just typing it quickly. Earnings, you put categories, you could put tags, affiliate, right? And quotes.
Testimonial?
A quote from Nate. Nate says, joining BAT 246 was the greatest decision of my life. I'm just making one up, obviously, right? Author, Nate Jackson. Affiliate. And you can even put metrics. You can say how much he made, how much he earned, how much he saved for whatever product you're selling, right? So $10,000. Just whatever, right? I'm not doing it properly right now. Okay. Then you can put pictures and video. So if you have a video of a before and after picture of them losing weight or their teeth getting fake, whatever their thing is, or if they're celebrating in a Lamborghini, you can put a picture of that, right? So you put a cover photo, you can put artifacts, your own links. You can put it as the featured testimonial and you'd publish it. Okay. And when you publish it, it comes up as a new testimonial. Nate Jackson earns 10K per week within 30 days. That's the testimonial for this company, right? This
Right,
office.
right.
Now, I just need to make it published. Oh, it's already published. Great. Now, if somebody wants to see this testimonial, we care about sharing it. So now
Right.
Helen comes in, goes to testimonials, and she can see all the people who have succeeded with the product or service. And she can say, oh, snap, Nate Jackson earned 10K. Let me share this with my friend. Copies, sends, and it turns the testimonial into a shareable affiliate link. It shows now Helen can send this testimonial to her friend. Her friend can see it and be like, holy moly, Nate Jackson made, a guy like me made $10,000 a week. I need to get started. The number one way I got recruited into MLM is because somebody stood on stage and said I was making, for this company, I'm with making $10,000 a month, or I have a Lamborghini, or whatever. I was, young and impressionable. But now the company can systematically upload all their success stories. Could be on the product side, could be on the affiliate earning side, right?
And whoever shares that, so if I do a Zoom presentation and somebody copies it or videos it and shares it, whoever he shares it with is all the people joining that go to his downline automatically.
Like, so now Uri Kasparov earns $1 million a month or whatever the hell, and some random person that's not related to Uri can copy that testimonial, send it to his friend who he thinks resonates with Uri or could resonate with Uri, and that person says, this is cool, I want to check it out, but get started for free. He's under me. Somebody takes a weight loss product and loses 100 pounds, or let's say an old woman takes a weight loss product and loses 100 pounds. I think that resembles my mom. I copy this link, I shared with my mom. She clicks it. She's like, oh, wow, this person did it. I can do it. So first we did content reward for videos, long form videos, done, sorted. Next, we did it for playlists, done, sorted. Then we did it for articles.
Playlist is like 6 video funnel that I have.
It's no longer something the company has to make. You or the company, like you or any company, they just have to upload the videos, and the affiliate can create the playlist and share it. It could be 6, it could be 4, it could be 10. You as the company can also pre-create playlists. So if you want to ordain a playlist, you can just click long form videos. You can set the playlist that you want people to share.
Okay, what about in my case where the guy's got to watch 2 and then he chooses from 4 which one he wants to watch?
Man, those are just additional rules I haven't written. What I'm trying to get across is I've taken one of those concepts and expanded it so that any business with any product can use it for any content. You get my point? So now you want to add rules like, okay, when they're sharing a playlist, they have to watch 1 before they watch 2. That's fine. We can add that. But you understand the magnitude of converting every article.
Just open up the door to make money.
How poorly companies manage testimonials right now. I'll tell you how poorly. They just talk about it. They'll just say, hey, this guy made 10K a week without any evidence, without any website, without any pictures, without anything. And even if they are so sophisticated that they built all of that, there's still no affiliate link there. It's so crazy what we're about to unlock for other companies. I'm not even talking about Garage. Garage won't even be the best use case for this. Other companies will be the best use case for this. Now, let me just cover the content rewards that we've covered so far. We've covered long form content. We've covered articles. We've covered testimonials and also playlists. Okay? Now, all of your webinars, so when you launch BAT 246, you're going to be doing your own webinars. People are going to attend those, right? All of your webinars get automatically recorded and sent to content rewards here. And people can copy and share the webinars with the affiliate ID.
You don't even expose your recruiting ability way over the top.
My goal is I'm not interested in getting somebody who's already good at recruiting or a company that has a good recruiting system. My goal is I always take it to Philip's mom. Philip's mom is an entrepreneur. She sells jam, okay? Like she manufactures jam and these kind of peanut butter type of stuff. And she's doing great. She's selling on Amazon, and she's the furthest thing away from affiliate marketing you can imagine. Like she literally knows nothing about it. She's the most conventional entrepreneur in the sense of she runs a physical product FMCG company. Like you couldn't get more
Yeah.
conventional. I want her, somebody like her, to be able to unlock the full force of affiliate marketing way beyond what Amway could have by giving all of these systems. Alan, over the last 5 years, that there's only been one type of content that has won on the internet, and it's not articles. Only smart people read articles. And it's not long form videos. Only people with time watch long form videos. And it's not testimonials. Only people that are smart do testimonials. What is the most popular type of content on the internet over the last 4 to 5 years?
Little 1 minute video.
They're called shorts. They're called YouTube shorts. The vertical.
Right.
So that you took the horizontal, you made it vertical, and in YouTube it's called YouTube Shorts. In Instagram it's called Instagram Reels, and in TikTok invented the model. In TikTok it's called a
Yeah.
TikTok. Okay, so they're basically vertical, less than 1 minute videos on everything. There's
Right.
there's something like 30 million YouTube Shorts being posted every day. The people talking about everything, clipping everything. So I just released this. It's called Drops. You see Drops under articles? Okay.
Yeah.
Drops are our competition to YouTube Shorts.
Let's talk about my favorite number, which is one.
So if you go to Drops, it's a little for their own Instagram Reel or YouTube Short system. You can see it just works exactly like that. So now a business owner can come and upload short form content from Instagram or YouTube. You just literally paste it in here. I'm going to show you how simple this is. Go to YouTube as the founder. Go to YouTube, find a YouTube short that you like. Maybe it has something to do with your business, maybe it doesn't, but let's just say it does, okay? So I'm gonna copy, this guy's talking about soccer. Copy, come to Garage, paste link, paste URL, verify the video is real. It picked it up, write a caption, create drop.
Pillow was playing like that. I was just sitting there. It was playing.
Now, everybody in Garage can come and watch the drops like an addict for your business. But what are we interested in? We're not interested. We're not YouTube. We're affiliates. So we now you can copy the link to the short form drop and send it to your friend. And it appears as a shareable short with your affiliate ID.
I know, that's awesome.
Pillow was playing like that.
I already receive dozens of YouTube shorts per day. Hey, watch this. Look at what this guy said. Look at what Elon Musk did. Look at what... And now those can be shared with the affiliate ID. So we've covered in content reward so far, long form content, short form content, articles, reading, testimonials, webinars, every type of content in the world. And there's also posts. So if you want to just share a post, the post is a short form text. So articles are usually long form text you have to read. What if you just want to share one post made by Surbi? Okay, no, let's use Pierre. Look at this. Look how funny this is. You see Pierre's post here. Thank you all for your information. He's talking about the article, by the way. He's reading all the articles. That's why he's saying that. But now let's say I think Pierre's post is great. I can click share on his post, and it converts his singular post into an affiliate funnel for me to send to my friend with my affiliate ID and the registration.
I know. And you're not even his downline.
I have nothing I don't even know who he is. In this case, I don't know who he is. We are weaponizing every mode of tradition. Like I didn't invent any of these. I didn't invent long form content. I didn't invent podcasts. I'm just giving the ability for every company on planet Earth to plug in their content and convert all of their customers into affiliates. I will end it off with this statement. Let's use Nike, okay? So Nike, arguably the best shoe company of all time, definitely great products. People love them. People spend crazy money on their products, and their marketing is through the roof, right? Through the roof. The biggest marketing budgets in the world. Nike, if you go to Nike's Instagram or Nike's YouTube, let's go to Nike's YouTube, okay? YouTube.com, go to Nike. So this is an ad with LeBron, okay? So Nike spent probably $25 million to shoot this ad. It's on their YouTube channel. It has 1.4 million views, which is great. Copy that video and posted into their garage content rewards. And now, this 1.4 million people that saw the ad can send it to their friends. Why would they do that now and not do it before? Well, before, I just watched a Nike ad.
Imagine if I'm a wholesale, or I'm a seller of Nike in Toronto,
Yeah.
and I take Nike's
Ad, easily just take Nike's ad, post it in, and
now the sales are coming to my store.
of course. What I'm trying to say is even the biggest of big companies don't have what I'm talking about, because you know what Nike wants more than anything? They want that 1.4 million people that saw that ad to send it to their friends. But their friends have no motivation to send it to each other unless they just love the
Yeah,
ad. But nobody really cares that much. They do.
and they do for what? The thousands of companies in garage?
Oh my goodness gracious. And I'm not trying to make this contentious, but you're the RNC. Let's say I genuinely believe the RNC, DNC, all of those parties will be on Garage. What do political parties want more than anything? They want people to share the content about why they're so great.
Yeah.
That's old school door-to-door canvassing. Well, today there's no more door-to-door canvassing. There's send an article about why Trump is amazing. Send an article about why blah, 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 whatever, whoever you're supporting. You can now do that and tie them back to that office. Bro, if you want to take it to the ultimate limit, you can even use this to evangelize your religion. That's why I made that joke at the beginning. You can use it to evangelize your religion. The content rewards are not some glamorous feature like AI employees. Oh my God, it's going to change the world. No, but it's going to completely change the way that people care about your business. The beauty is in the subtlety of it, right? And where did I get this idea from? I got it from your 6 video funnel when you're like, oh, I need to have this and 6 and this and let them pick. And I said, well, okay, why limit it to 6? Why limit it to letting them pick? Why limit it to one vector, which is our video? Why can't we build the greatest content distribution system for every business? Meanwhile, every business already has a social media manager, already wasting money doing this. Now they can actually get their customers to convert and share. So please check out Content Rewards. The best use case for this is going to be the thousands and millions of companies coming after June 20th that are going to blow Content Rewards up, or that are going to blow the franchise system up. We're just the test dummy. We're just building it so that it works. Every other company will take this to the moon. Once you give a product company Content Rewards, or once you give a physical product company franchising, or all the things that we've built, my God, it's game over. So exciting stuff. And Alan, you said you want to pose a question?
I do have a question, and this is Edwin. This is a question for Edwin, Will, Helen, and Les.
Yep, they're all on the call, so go ahead.
And the note taker is just going to take notes.
Yeah, the note taker doesn't have an opinion.
Yeah, his opinion doesn't matter, but he will write it out, and he'll
write it out.
answer.
Sure. Yeah.
Everybody's going to say it. So I'm talking about BAT 246. Okay, and there was some suggestion about a matching bonus. I just want to state that the matching bonus is going to be in 100%. So that was actually Edwin's idea, to make sure we have a matching bonus. And it's a very serious matching bonus. But when you recruit somebody about 246, you get some crazy thing called 246% commission. So now, if you recruit 2, you get 246% twice. But if you recruit 2, each one that you recruited, you're getting combination 246%. So it's a matching bonus literal. One recruit, when he gets to the top, so I'm going to say, Edwin, because it was your idea, Edwin, I bring you in. Now, I get paid my $1,600 because I recruited you, I get my 246%. I'm off the board. You're one behind me because you came in at bat when I'm at first base. So now you're at home plate and you're filling your board. And when your board is full, I'm going to get $400 on both. So that's $800. I'm going to get $800 extra just when your board is full. So I'm going to make sure you make it. At the same time, I brought 2 people in, right? So I'm getting another $800 from them. So I'm going to get an extra $1,600 at the matching bonus. So in other words, if I bring in 2 people, I get $1,600 each. And then when you guys get to the top, my 2 guys get to the top, I get another $1,600. So I'm now getting $4,800 for bringing 1 in, or sorry, 2. instead of 1,602, that's 3,200. I'm getting 4,800 for bringing two. When they get the 1,600, as soon as they collect the 1,600, boom, you're paid. That's second.
So that, I hope, solves the problem that some of us had, which is how do you benefit? How do you make sure that your downline is, you also help your downline?
But you want to help them because when their board's full, you get paid.
That's what this is resolving. So Alan is giving an additional $800 commission on top of what you earn for yourself. But every time your downline earns, every time your downline splits a board, they make 1,600, you make 800. So it's a 50% matching. It's like 50% of the total commission. For total commission 1,600, you're making 8. The matching bonus is almost as lucrative as the regular commission in this case.
But if you're doing home plate for life, Will, and you bring in one new person, so you're getting 1,600 for that, guess what? You're getting the extra 800 as well. So if you're doing home plate for life, you get 1,600 twice. That's 3,200 plus the 800. That gives you $4,000 for recruiting one person. Yeah.
Yeah, I made him a co-host.
Will, you there?
He can turn on his camera if he wants, yeah. And his mic. But I think his mic is on.
Is that on now? Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, I like it. I very much like it.
Imagine that home plate for life. You're only recruiting one person and you're getting paid $4,000.
That's the plan. The plan is the only way to play Bat 246 is to play at home plate for life.
Exactly. And when you get an extra 800, that gives you $4,000 total for recruiting one. That's insane.
I like it.
Great. Thanks, Will. You can mute yourself. So I think, okay, go ahead.
Confirmed. We're agreeing. Everybody agrees. So on. Maybe Sherpan doesn't know the home plate for life thing, but that's okay. It's an extra 800. Bottom line is an extra 800 is, it's pretty good extra money, 50% more, right? But here's the part I wanted to confirm, and I'm going to take it via vote. So we got Edwin, Will, that's 2, Helen 3, Les is 4. So we got 4 people to vote plus me and Sherpan. And Sherpan, he's going to do it, but he doesn't think it's really worth anything. He thinks we can get away with it. It's actually quite a bit of work. It's a lot of programming. I have to be honest. It probably is. Okay. But we got a little bit of time. We can probably do it. So here's the deal. We want to have I'm going to call it a pod for lack of anything else. We might change the name. But a pod is when you go to the Ferris wheel and they open up the door to let you go in, and it takes 4 people, and they go, you got 2, okay, you 2, and they fill you, and then the next pod they fill up, and the next pod on the Ferris wheel as you go around like that. Okay, so it's a pod. This pod holds 4 people. Can be 0 to 3, but if it gets to 4 people, the pod goes to a live entry to the board, which could be straight to the lineup, could be straight to at bat, it could be straight to somebody at first base who brings them in. So a pod is 4 people, and in the pod, instead of paying $650 because you live in, let's say, India or the Philippines or wherever, third world country, it's only $165. Now, of course, your product would be a lot smaller, but it's only $165 to get in, and you get to play with the big boys. Now, as Sherpan had mentioned, I think everybody here knows.
Can I bring Edwin on? I'm going to throw Edwin and Helen on. So yeah, you guys can mute yourself, but I'd love to hear your response to this. So Alan, continue.
Let them talk after.
You guys can mute.
So the guy comes into the pod, and if you got somebody who has no money, the Philippines, even in Canada, there's a lot of people broke too. A lot of people in India that are broke. A lot of people in India that are rich too. But anyways, you bring some guy they can't afford, so they come in for the 165 instead of 650. Okay, so a quarter of the price basically. Okay, they come in for the 165. Anybody brings them in, doesn't matter who on the board brings them in. They go into one pod. That pod continues to grow until it has 4. Doesn't matter who brought them. Maybe the pod guy gets 1. That's 2 in the pod. Maybe another guy gets 1. That's 3. As long as the pod's got 1, 2, or 3, or 0, 1, 2, 3, the pod is dead. But the minute the 4 are in, that pod becomes an entry to the board at that exact second. And Sherpan brought up, if there's already 2 people in the lineup and the pod fills, does it go first? No, it stays in cloud 9 until it's got 4. So if there's 2 already in the lineup and the pod now fills, then it'd be the 3rd in the lineup. Okay? And once you have the 4, then the pod goes live. That's a forced team, basically. And they go out and they do the sales. And once they're on the board, they go through the regular procedure, right? The money split roughly off the top of my head equally. They split, it's fair anyways. But here's what's interesting about it. First of all, I need to make sure the guy comes in for 65 or 165 and he has a chance to get his money back, because with only 2 guaranteed sales are possible, 120 hours each. So if there's 4 in the team and 2 people make the sale, then the other 2 can't even get a sale. The 120 hours is gone, or the 2 spots are gone, the 2 green cards are gone from first base. So he can't get a sale. So that's not fair. So I come in for a lifetime supply of money in my mind. I stretched it to get to $165. And then somebody who was in before me or at the same time in the pod, he gets his 2 sales right away. And I can't make a sale now. So if the guy comes in for 165, he's got to be able to make something. So the first person who makes a sale and the second, the first person gets the 1,600. From that 1,600, the first $80 for 3 other people outside of himself gets $80 times 3. So the first sale pays out $80 to everybody in the team. The second sale pays out $80 to everybody in the team. In other words, you got $160 back if you did nothing. If you went through the board and did nothing, but someone on the team made the sale, you're getting $160 back. Now, if I'm going in the board and I can't afford $650, but I got a guy, I got Will's coming in, so I can't afford it, but Will's coming in, I'm going to make $1,600. Well, I don't want to give away that money, because as soon as I bring him in and he's going to make the sale, I'm going to give up my $1,600 a portion until these 3 people. If I can do that for sure, I got to find a way to get the $650 myself, right? So it drives the guy to want to get up to $650 if he can all possible do it. But trust me, if he had a sale, he's going to do everything he can to get there, right? Because he doesn't want to give up all his money by sharing it with all the teammates that may not do anything, right? So the pod idea, there's 1 pod, there's 0 to 3 in it, and 4 person goes in it. The pod is now empty because that is a live spot on the board in order as it fits. Does that make sense, Will?
I muted him. Will, you have to unmute yourself.
To me, what makes sense is that it allows somebody to get into the board for a quarter of the price. And he's got a pathway to play with the big boys, so to speak.
Right.
That's what makes sense.
If when you buy Sherpan's product, you can only buy it once, because Sherpan's got to pay 2 legs and an arm, use an investor and so on to buy out the customer over 7 or 8, 9 months or whatever. So at that point, you as a salesperson, you're not making commission from that anymore. You don't make it every month, because now the company owns it, because they paid all this commission up front that they're not normally paying, right? Way past the 50%, which he normally uses, right? So that's the same thing. When you come in for the 165, you're only allowed to come in once, 165. And the very first $650 you make, if you brought somebody in, that first 650 is automatic to bring you to the 650 level.
The thing is, you don't make 650, right? You make 400.
Sorry?
You'd make 400. 1,600 divided by 4.
Because the sale is what matters.
No, somebody in my pod got the sale. They got the sale, right?
Yeah.
Now, when we clear home plate, it's going to be 1,600 payout divided by 4.
No.
Okay, how is the 1,600 divided?
I didn't have the number off the top of my head, but it's right off the bat. The first sale comes in instantly, $320 to $80 to you and $80 to everyone else.
Okay, so $80 from 360, then?
No, it's $80 from the 1,600 times 4, 1 for you and 3 for 3 others, right? You're paying out 320.
Even if you do that,
right
8 by 4 is 240, right?
No, 80 times 4 is 320.
Oh, sorry, 3.
But you keep 80.
80 times 4 is 320. Sorry, so I make 320, right?
No, but that's the first sale. The second sale is another 320. Because remember, there's 4 people. The first 2 people make a sale. They each got to give the guy $80. So at the end, I've got 2 sales go through. I got $160, which means I can keep playing even if I don't get a chance to make a sale because the 2 green cards are gone and those sales are available after that.
Which means I made, what is the total, what is the least amount I could make and the most amount I can make by being 1/4 of a pod?
Well, I didn't get all the numbers yet.
No, but my point is, it cannot be greater than 400 is what I'm trying to say. You may not have the exact numbers, but it cannot be greater than 400, right? Because
it can be.
you only have $1,600 to divvy up. Am I
But
right?
I only have 2 people to pay on it.
No, you did pay the first 2, even if they don't do anything, you're paying the first 2 transactions, you're paying to all 4 people, right?
That's right.
Right. So
how was that? But the
160.
conversation getting out the exact numbers. I'm just going to tell you.
Exact number is not important, but what I'm saying is there is a possibility for you to earn less than 650. My question back to you is, and I don't mind.
Well, there's a possibility that if your team pulled off 2 sales, you're walking with $160 and you don't get the money, that just gives you a free re-entry.
That means that's my second 160 purchase, technically speaking.
Until you, yep.
So, which is fine with me, which is where.
But it's a free re-entry. So we're just giving him a free re-entry. He still gets to keep playing. He's not buying another thing.
When does he, when do you expect him to feel motivated or capable of buying the 650?
He's not buying, he's selling it.
Or selling the 650. No, because he has to buy it at some point, right?
With his earnings of 650.
In other words, what you're saying is he's going to play, roughly speaking, he's going to play this game until he sells a 650. That you have
about 1,000.
I don't know if it's 1,000, but you'd have to work that out. And let's say
if you're paying out 320, you're only paying out 240 actually. 3 people. You're paying 3 people $80 each. So you're getting their money back.
Twice, right? Or
right.
Once. You're just saying once.
Well,
you're saying once.
Yeah, one time.
Okay, let's go with once, right? So with
the
once.
first one could be, we can actually do that, but you need to do it on both sales.
And I may not make the second sale, right?
You can't burn the guy because he made the first sale. You got to pay everybody double. No.
And I may not make the second sale, right? I made the first sale, but I may not make the
possibly your team does not make the second sale. Yes,
that's also possible as well.
That's the part I wanted to explain because I didn't have the numbers in front of me.
No, but my point being is, what is Will is saying? Will is saying it at a very surface level. Even, to be honest, Will, I don't understand it that much better than you actually. This particular part of the system.
I never pulled it out. I built this 7 years ago.
So even I'm foggy on the details, but if the
question I have is this.
Yeah.
It's going to work out. It works out correctly. It works out that you make a little less if you come in and you make the sales yourself. You're making a little less than doing it yourself. I'm making quite a bit less probably. But until you make a sale yourself, you're not going to have any extra money. It's not like your teammate's going to make it, oh, I'm getting through. No, that's not happening. Okay? You got to make a sale yourself. If you don't make a sale yourself, the only thing I can give you or help you go through as your teammate is to make sure that you go through and got a chance again for 120 hours and to make a sale. That's it. If your team doesn't do 2 sales out of 4 freaking people, not all I can do.
They would need to get 4 people at 160. Your pod, my completed pod, me, you, 2 other people, 1 pod. We would have to do 4 sales at 160 to make 1 sale.
If you make a sale for 160, I'm not even calling that anything. Right now it's a 0.
Are you saying we don't get paid if we make a 160 sale?
I mean, we're not talking.
Of course you're going to pay them. I'm just saying, don't worry about the numbers. We already know you don't. I'm saying, in order for me, if I would have to make. This is what I'm trying to get across, right?
Okay, so don't worry about the numbers. It's very fair. Okay, but I'll tell you up front, you earn less for bringing somebody in for 650 when you got 3 people to feed. Okay, you got 3 teammates that can't go with 0. Okay, they need to be able to come back in, or they need to be able to get their own sale. So to make sure that they get paid enough to come back in, which is 160, then they got to get $80 from the first 2 people to make a sale. That's everybody. So 3 other people plus yourself, 3 other people got to get $80 each. So you're going to get 60 from the first sale sorry, 80 from the first sale, 80 from the second sales. You got 160 bucks. 160 bucks automatically re-enters you, so you're back in the board on the pod, but you haven't made anything yet. But you haven't done any sales either, right? It's just fair. That's all. So the downside is if I got a sale and I come in with a team, I got to share all my money with a team. Maybe I don't want to be in a team. Well, then get out your 650.
Well, wouldn't that mean that everyone that could potentially make a sale for a pod will literally just leave the pod, therefore never pushing the pod
Well, they
forward?
can't leave the pod. If they're in, they're in.
Oh, so I can't it sounded to me like as soon as I get a sale and I know I'm going to get a sale, I'm just going to be like, screw these guys, I'm
No,
upgrading.
you got a baseball card, and when it gets paid, you'll have the money, and the first 650 puts you in the 650 level.
Also, I can't join at 160 and then get out.
No, you got to
Oh,
go through that process.
So that means I'm gonna. That's what you kept saying that. Oh, if you knew you were gonna make a sale, you would never go into the pod.
Well, yeah, because you're not going to share your money.
What I'm saying is, if I went into the pod, I'm just not going to be incentivized to make the sale because I'm sharing my money. That's according to you. That's what you're setting up, right? That's what you don't want.
If I know I'm going to get the sale, then I'm going to do my best to get the 650 if I can.
That's correct, which means that anyone who can get the sale will never be in a pod, according to what you just said,
So
right?
everybody that
Thinks they can
off
get the
the front.
sale, everyone who thinks they can get the sale will not be in the pod.
No, they'll pay the 650.
They'll pay the 650. Thus leaving the pod relegated to people that don't think they can get the sale, right?
No.
They're not sure. At least we can say they're not sure, right?
Then
So-
they can get a sale too, right?
They can also get a 160 sale, which is more likely that somebody, as you've always said, the way that somebody signed
There'll
up
be
is
commission to that too. And it's not like you're not going to
yeah,
make
you
money.
like listen, there's no doubt about it. You're gonna pay people on 160 sales. I know that for a fact. There's the math doesn't work unless you do it. It doesn't, there's no integrity.
I
So
will
I'm,
do it to be fair.
that. I'm not even worried about that. There is going to be a commission on that. I'm assuming there is. With that assumption, the likelihood that a 160 person converts on 650 is much less than a 160 person gets another person at 160. That's just obvious, right? Because anyway, your whole argument for this is Philippines and India. Well, most people in the Philippines and India know other people in Philippines and India. Hence, that's just going to continue. Which then now you've brought up another interesting thing, which is until they earn 650, you're going to allow them to keep playing, which means they can technically be in 10 boards, hypothetically.
No, it can only be in one.
Yeah, but
Only
what
one
if,
spot.
no, I get on a board for 160.
You're only on one board.
No, but the board splits.
Okay, but you're still on one board.
Do I get a free entry into the next one?
But if you made 160, which means
Yeah,
two sales.
I'm two of the four. I'm two of the four that made 160, right?
No, it doesn't matter who made it, as long as you're on the team and they made it.
I'm two of the four that didn't earn most of the commissions. I only earned 160. That's what I'm trying to say, right? Or
You
whatever
didn't make the sale, but you
whatever the
still got 160.
relegated commissions are. I made the less. So I have not made 650 yet. I'm going to now enter this new board at as 1/4 of a pod, which means I could do that 10, 15 times before I make a sale. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So that's going to now allow them to continue playing at 160 until, here, I want to understand this correctly, until they earn 650 cumulative or 650 in that board.
No, it'd be 650 and be 650 in that board because it's not cumulative, because every time the board splits to the point you got to re-enter, that 160 is being used at that point.
I thought so. So that means I could be on my 10th board, right?
It could be, yeah.
Okay, so what's your question?
My question to
Helen, I
we only
guess
have Helen,
the right person is left on the call.
right?
Helen is
Better
absolutely
be
the right person to answer this question. She is the right person
What
to answer.
happened? They left.
Pardon me?
They left. Her internet
I
went
don't know.
out.
Helen, are you okay to unmute yourself? You can keep your video off. You can just unmute yourself. Yeah. Hello?
Hello,
Hi, Helen. How are you?
I'm good.
Nice.
I'm just tired.
Nice. I know it's very late. Soon we'll be done. Yeah.
The question is, Helen,
Actually, I don't understand the 160, Alan. You know that I keep asking you about
Okay,
that.
the
And
pod-
the 600.
odd is 4 people at 160. Anybody on the board can put them there.
Helen, do you want a 160 option?
Actually, the way I understand it, it's the same with the 600. It's just a different board. That's what I thought, Alan, because we talk about the 600. I just want the 160 because of the Philippines and
Yeah.
the yes.
You can't have a different board because then everybody moves to the easiest way to
Helen,
do it.
I actually agree with you. That's how it should be done. But Alan's point, and I think it's a good point, but Alan's point is if we give people two options, 650 and 160, everybody will go to 160, and he doesn't want that. That's his point.
Oh, but the thing is, if I make, let's say me, people, it's human nature. If I make money on that board, for sure I'm going to the 600 board.
This is a
Okay,
good point.
human
Alan,
nature.
why not do two boards and just restrict the 160 board to one play, one time play, like you were going to do anyway with the pod system?
Yeah, if they make the 600, then just join in the 600 board.
And I'm even being more ruthless than Helen. I'm not even saying wait for them. I don't even want to wait for them to make 600. Just let them play once on the 160 board, and then any re-entries have to be on the 650 board. But it's way more logical to have two boards at least once. Maybe you don't want to keep them running, but this to combine them it just reminds me of like somebody taking an NFT and breaking it up into four pieces. It's like brings back nightmares on how you break up one spot. So if you want that, doesn't that resolve your problem? Your point, Alan, is that you don't want people to just keep playing 160. Okay, well, why don't we just limit the number of times they can play 160 to one round?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good idea.
Or two
It's
rounds.
like,
Or two rounds, whatever. Pick your poison, but like one or two rounds,
Maybe one.
that's a million times easier than what you're talking about. Like, and it's simpler on so many levels. Now, if you wanted to hear me take it further, my point is you should never turn off the 160 game because volume is still volume. It's somebody you'll get the basic justification is, do you think globally speaking? Because I already gave you the elitist opinion earlier today. I'll say it again on this webinar. Fam, if you want to just make 650, just get rid of the 160 option completely and focus on North America. But you want to be like inclusive and you want to bring everybody in. So
I had that conversation with EZ about switching to $50 for an affiliate, and everybody turned against me because
but that's
you
our
want to get all
but
the
the difference is that's our philosophy. Our philosophy is to be cheapest. Yours is not. That's what I'm saying. There's a huge difference. Fundamentally, our philosophy is always to be cheaper, right? We make $1. We don't even make $25. We make $1 on our product. So that's not you can't play in that ballpark. 90% of companies can't play in that ballpark, and I don't expect them to. But what I'm saying here is this: do we believe, globally speaking, because you're already not an elitist, if you're globally speaking, that the 160 board would produce 4 times the number of customers than the 650 board if you had both options? I'm asking a question. Do we believe that?
I couldn't say that.
I don't know. I don't know either, because if you knew that in your head, if you had those analytics that said the 160 board is going to have 10 times the number of players that the 650 is, then it's a no-brainer because your volume is still greater at 160 than it is at 650, right? I think the reason you're hesitating is because you don't know that there's going to be 4 times more players at 160. And the thing is, if there's only 2 times more players, then you're losing. And I get it, because 2 times 160 is still less than 650, right?
But just offering the 650 option only once, you're still going to have 9 times out of 10 times they would have paid 650. Sorry, 165. 9 times out of 10 they would have paid 650. They're going to go in where the water is a little bit less.
Yeah.
And they're going to go in for 160.
The problem I have with that statement is, even if that's true, right? Why wouldn't that apply to the pod system? It would still apply to the pod system, number one. Number two is...
No, because the pod system is designed in such a way that you make less.
But I know, I actually don't think that's correct. Once you figure out your numbers, tell me if what you just said is actually correct. But it's not much less. Okay, even if you're right, it's not much less. It's not a deterrent.
It is less. It's much less.
No, because I'd rather sell a 160 product. I could sell more 160 products than I could sell 650 products. So I just make it up in volume. That's how I would think if I was an affiliate. If I was an affiliate, I would just be like, I could sell more of something at 160 than I can have 650. Be concrete. Either say, screw everybody that wants to pay 160. This is a 650 product. So that's good. I like that. Or say, we want to go after volume. And you can use Helen's method, which is, okay, we'll limit it to 1 game or 2 games or 3 games, whatever you want to do. That's at least straightforward. And you're probably correct. It's probably not 9 out of 10, but you're probably correct that some people for their first game who would have paid
A
6,
large percentage.
whatever the percentage is, but it's only for their first game.
Right, but when you play your first game, interesting to note that 8 people play for 1 to be paid.
8 people have to sign up for 1 to get paid.
Right.
But
So
more than
eight new people in, 1 gets paid. 8 new people in, 1 gets paid.
yeah.
And even if you're 90% because they got paid, and the 90% of people get paid, 90% of 1/8.
The numbers work out. You're saying 90% of the people who end up getting paid on 160 upgrade to 650. So whatever you lost in the first game, you make actually that's the question you have to ask yourself, which I don't know the answer to. Whatever you're losing by offering the 160, do you make it up by the fact that you are incentivizing a bigger pool of people?
That's a good question, yeah.
I actually don't know the answer to that question. I have no
I
idea.
have to use some math for that.
Math on
Look
that.
at
So
my chart because I did design it in such a way that it's if you got a sale, you got a sale, you're gonna want to go to 650.
which then defeats the purpose of the pod entirely because
The guy who's coming in testing the water, he doesn't know he has a sale yet. He comes in anyways, 165, finds out he gets a sale. Now he's getting the money anyways.
But Alan, also human nature is like, if I'm that rare breed of people that didn't know I could get a sale, but now can get a sale, I'm not putting it in this board. I'll just wait until the next board or I'll sign up somebody else. I'm going to get the full commission. I'm not, because from what I understand is this is a scarce, people in these games have a scarce mindset. They don't have an abundance mindset. That's fine. They have a scarce mindset. They have 1 sale because it's such a big payout. It's a $1,600 payout. So it's like, I'm protecting my fucking one. Excuse my French. I'm sorry. I'm protecting my 1 sale.
I remember the guy who comes in for 165, he's stretching his limits for money, right?
Which is why the most likely sale he'll make is 160 at best. More likely he'll do what you're doing is just chill. He'll pay 160 and he'll chill. He'll still collect 160 or whatever, 120, whatever you're paying.
He chills. Then who made the 2 sales? The guy who makes the sale, even at the 165, gets money a lot.
He gets more than the guy who didn't, but the guy who didn't, who is the
only gets enough to get by.
Bro, make 2 games.
If I make a sale, I'm in the pod. I'm making a 650 sale. There's $1,600 available there.
Just make 2 boards, Alan.
You're making 1 board. I'm speaking about from only a complexity perspective. Helen is speaking about it from a sales perspective. She's actually done it. I'm only speaking about the fact that my negative opinion about this is only about complexity. And listen, some of your other ideas are complex as well, but I think they're worth it. The 650 lending, I think that's worth it. What I'm saying about this is it's complex and it's not going to result in more sales. It's actually complex and just detracting from your actual game. Now, I have great affiliates in India that call me and complain about the $100. You're not going to get these people that sign up for 160 and sell 650 magically. I'm telling you, I'm on the ground. I'm more on the ground than you are in this country. So you get a 160 game going and get people gassed up that they can make 240%, 160 times 2.46 and get them gassed up and let it run. Incentivize them to go to 650. Your argument, the reason you went down this whole pod equation in the first place was just you wanted people a way to try it out. Right, for less risk. So they whether they're in the Philippines or India or even just get them in so that you can show them the system. All right, don't make it 246 for those people. Make it 200, make it 150. They'll still get in and feel the magic of the whole ecosystem.
Yeah. A limited 165 board where they can only go in once. And the first 650 goes straight to them going to the 650 level.
They're not going to make 650 because you're and I'm not saying it's in a negative way, you're going to make the commission less, right? So, if you make it a 200% commission, they'll make 320. They'd have to play the game twice. I don't see. And stop with this combination of when they make 650. Either be ruthless and say, you can only play this game once. I don't care how much you make. After this once, you're going to 650. That's your problem. Or say you're going to be on the 160 board until you make 650. But you can't do both because the chances of them making 650 on the first round is
0.
how can I pay you just like how can I make $650 from selling a $160 product?
160 times 246.
Is 300 $400. I'm being generous, it's less than 400, but 400. So either say you're cut off at 1 or cut off at 2, we don't care how much you make, or say you're cut off when you make
No,
650.
you sell as many as you want. It's going through the board once, that's all.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, if he goes through the board once and plays the game perfectly, he's going to earn roughly $400, which is great because he only put in 160, right? So he's thrilled about that, right? Well, you may make it twice, right? You can make it twice.
And matching bonus.
He can pull out 650, but let me ask you a question. Let's say I play the game once and I don't make 650. Are you going to allow me to play it again? Is the question.
I got to work it out. But
Yeah, sure. But even if this would have been the same argument.
I'm not too excited about having 2 boards.
I'm not excited about having this 165 option at all. I don't think anybody. And what for me,
I've been down the road of having the lower price board, and everybody just floods right to it.
I'm not disagreeing with that. Then why entertain the 160 option in the first place?
Well, the reason I had the question was to see if there's a 165 option. Is that good for Helen? Is that good for Will? Is that good for...
And what did Will say? Will said, I like the idea of a cheaper entry, but I don't understand how it'll actually work. So he's saying the same thing I'm saying. It's not even just about the numbers. It's about the fact that I'll give you the use case that's destructive when you have the pod system, okay? I'm on the board, right? Maybe I paid 650, maybe I paid 160, but I'm on. And I sign up a guy for the pod, and he buys a 160. And because 3 other people never did that, my sign up could be sitting there doing jack diddly for eons just because the pod didn't get filled. So what motivation do I have? Like, so all of your concept in the pod system is coming from the perspective of the guy paying 160. What about the guy that's referring the 160? He's in a terrible situation in the pod world because you have to wait for 4 to get filled, and then even when they go, it's like, how do you do the leaderboard? How do you do matching bonus? How do you do all these things which you taught me is so bad for the person that referred him onto the 160 because it's not moving. It's not moving the way that you want it to move. And then there's the psychological problem. Nobody worth their salt, nobody that you actually want is going to buy the 160 because they're going to want to get the 650. So you're only going to have bad people in the 160.
Well, I wouldn't call them bad, but
you'll only have people who can sell 160 in the 160, right? Mm-hmm. And if that's the end result, you might as well have a 160 board because then at least the person who gets in for 160 can sell 160, and you keep the thing rolling, you keep the thing moving. But Helen, this conversation was actually not meant to be about the pod. Helen, we've taken your advice. Can you hear us? We've taken your advice.
Yeah.
And Alan has decided to add a really lucrative matching bonus. Really lucrative, okay? I hope that solves one part of your issue, or not issue, but like one part of the psychological constraint. And the other thing that he's done is he's added residuals, which he will explain at some point. And residuals further commits you to your team or your directs. So the option, the reality where you don't get paid from the people you sign up, you just get paid from the board is no longer there. Almost 50% of the total payout is going to come from the matching bonus. So we have really taken your advice, Edwin's advice, to heart and designed additional steps that make it really compelling.
That's why I told you that there's so much program there that you can, like $100 or $50, and you still can make good money. But I want to support you. And then
Helen, Helen, can you hear me? Yes. What do you think about the matching bonus?
Yeah, it's good. It's good, the matching bonus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now you make 50% of your commissions from the directs that you sign up. And that's really big. And we have something called free entry, where if you sign up 3 directs, you're going to be able to get on another board for free. So we are putting in parameters and rules that help with what you're trying to accomplish, that your team should make money, that you should be helping your team make money.
Helen, whenever you call me and talk to me about anything, I listen. I very intently listen.
Yep. And he change, and he applies it. He doesn't just listen, but he applies the changes.
So we're talking what we're talking about right now is there a $165 option? how I could make it into a pod where it comes into the board for 650, or how it could be a separate board, but it doesn't detract people from doing 650. But either way, I want to have a $165 option. I want an option that the Philippines can afford, that India can afford, third world countries can afford, and I don't take away from Western worlds or New York or United States, Canada, or Australia, or England.
Yeah, it's like actually even 165, it's still, but I know we can get that. My idea is just another board.
It should be another product altogether. I actually think it should be what we discussed, the network chains product becomes the 160, something like that. So anyway, we are rushing to get everything done, Helen. BAT 246 is a big part of our overall garage strategy. I hope you ended up watching any of our videos about the actual 650 product you're selling. It's not just a random product. It's literally the office subscription plus white label plus things that people already want.
Product value is winning with the garage for sure.
Pardon me?
Product value is winning.
Yeah,
with
I mean,
garage.
Helen, I don't know if you've seen that. Do you know what the actual product is that we're giving away for 650? So
Yeah.
if somebody buys an office in garage and is ready to pay monthly, converting them to paying annually wouldn't be that big of a deal, especially if they get many months for free and additional stuff. But I think that the 160 product should be a different product that we can discuss. But I mean, this is going to be
It
huge,
should be a different product. It has to be a consumable, something you can use again and again and again.
which is network chains for sure. But okay, we'll come back to that. Me and you can speak about that, right? And all right, Helen, this is absolutely going to be massive. We'll speak to you tomorrow. Cool. I hope you like the content rewards. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not techie. Short
No, but
fun.
just as a concept, like every affiliate
Yeah,
can
I
share
understand.
content.
I understand the concept.
Yeah.
I understand the everything. It's like I just don't know how to do it.
Yeah, I know. That's fine. You'll get used to it. Cool. All right. Thank you so much.